Beograd.
Yes, got it right the second minute.
I was on the Bacala game last night. How's that set coming through?
Yep. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's Croydon versus Beograd.
There we go. That's who we want.
How's that sounding? Testing?
Good. Perfect.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Good evening and welcome to Regency Park for round 9 of the RAA NPLSA. And what an enticing game this could turn out to be. Croydon versus FK Beograd. Over the past few seasons there have always been goals, and let's hope that trend continues. As you see there on the screen there, that's the ladder from the round starting. And we're going to jump straight into the starting lineups for today. For Croydon, the home side. Croydon, number 1, Daniel Margouche. Number 5, Luke Klimic. Number 7, Passia John. Number 12, Luca Trimboli. 13, Nathan Owen. Number 14, Ned Stiles. Number 15, James Polly. Number 17, Yuya Kato. Number 20, Alexander Good. Number 22, Bolma Paul. And number 23, Freddie Muller. And on the bench, number 4, Thomas Mastrantuan. Number 6, Christopher Vivian. Number 19, Santana Bartkowski. Number 11, Oscar Slattery. Number 18, Oliver Trimboli. And the reserve goalkeeper, Matthew Voigt. And your lineups for the away side. FK Beograd. Number 1, Alexander Woodlands. Number 3, Marco Toriani. Number 5, Cooper Nunn. Number 7, Lorenzo Boselli. Number 8, Kristen Konstantopoulos. Number 10, Anthony Trimboli. Number 14, Daniel Atkinson. Number 15, Ethan Harrington. Number 17, Brandon Santafanti. Number 22, Fro Neon Kuru. Number 23, Marcus Orchard. And on the bench for FK Beograd, number 4, Jordan Lean. Number 9, Abu Bakari Hussain. Number 13, and reserve goalkeeper Alex Rusmir. Number 19, Zach Kosic. Number 20, Christos Stamatolopoulos. And number 24, Peter Palacis. Your man in the middle, Thomas Brinkworth, assisted by Andrew Kite and Judah Tan. I am your commentator, Mark Talbot. Alongside me today, again, is Theo Milonis. Theo, welcome. And what are you hoping to see from today's game?
Well, last night I wanted goals. I wanted 2-2 to make you happy. But unfortunately, I'm expecting a real cagey affair today. I'm expecting 1-2 goals max.
So you're calling this one a tight game?
A very tight game. Yeah, very, very tight. We actually have another guest commentator as well, but he's too busy playing games at the moment. But no... Look, the weather is holding off. It's not too wet, so it's actually really good for football. Footballers love playing in these conditions. Not too hot, not too cold, just perfect for football. So 2 quality teams today. Well, let's hope we have some goals.
That's it. I mean, when you look at the 2 teams, they're probably not where they want to be in the league, both sitting in that lower echelon. So I think it's 8th and 9th at the moment. And they'd certainly want to be... you'd think that they'd have got more to give this season, don't you, Theo?
Yeah, look, and they structure up the same. I mean, look... once you've won a premiership, it's hard to back it up. And I think George has brought a couple of players in. A couple of players have departed. It does have a bit of transition time. And look, the cream always rises to the top. So I expect Croydon to push on and have a really good second half of the season. So we'll see how we go.
Well, that was certainly the case last season when they didn't start off the best and then ended up the best team in the state, taking out the finals with a win over Metro Stars with a Andre Carl last-minute winner.
Yeah, well, you know, it's that final series. I'm not going to talk about that final series because I have my opinions on that, so I'll be quiet.
Don't we all?
But look, yeah.
As we get underway here at Regency with Croydon in their traditional white and red, kicking from left to right, and FK Beograd in their away kit, all blue, as they line up in their expected 4-3-3 for both sides. If that changes, I will keep you posted. It's good to see Anthony Trimboli back for FK Beograd after missing a few games through injury, and Klimic is going to go long throw into the box looking for Trimboli. And that's Luca Trimboli, and as Woodlands comes out and claims. And we've got 2 Trimbolis on the park, one on each side, but we've got another one on the bench. So let's see if we can get the hat-trick on tonight here at Regency. 5 o'clock kick-off.
And the master is too busy coaching his Modbury Vista team today.
He certainly is, as he did step back into the coaching role after stepping up into a technical role at the end of last season. Vista not getting the results early, and they released Nigel Gill, and Jason Trimboli's taken the reins again. Here's Harrington on the far side, able to get forward and find Anthony Trimboli, who finds Konstantopoulos. And that's Jason Konstantopoulos, as Kristen Konstantopoulos is still out injured and will be for the foreseeable future. FK Beograd also missing Massimo Falco, the regular right back. He's just standing in front of us. He had a hamstring injury, so he's out for another couple of weeks.
Beric and Natsiopoulos as well
Are still out, both long term. But I do hear as Baselli looks to find a through ball, but gets cut out. I have heard that Andoni Natsiopoulos is training, and he did play in the reserves last week.
Oh, that's good.
So
news.
he might only be another couple of weeks away just to rebuild that match fitness, as he has been out for a long period now. As centre forward, he looks for Konstantopoulos, and Muller cleans up and goes to Margouche, who spreads the play out to Klimek. Beautifully played there from Croydon.
Just love goalkeeper when they've got a brilliant feet, great vision as well. It's an extra layer of defence, I think, and a great form of attack.
I was going to say, and a great form of attack. You're right there, and that's certainly what Margouche brings to this Croydon side, as he former A-League player and great experience, and won the Goalkeeper of the Year award last year.
Yeah.
As predicted on the One Game at a Time podcast by me last year.
Well, you should. You know what you're talking about as a goalkeeper.
I don't know about that, but we'll see how we go this year. I think I picked him to win it again this year, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, he's been a bit busier this year than last year.
He has been so far. Here's Woodlands, speaking of goalkeepers, playing in pink today. He finds Toriani, the off-season move from arch rivals Raiders. Cooper Nunn.
Teams both set up, and their press. I watched Croydon press against Westies, and they were very good after the first 15-20 minutes. But Belgrade do play out from the back very, very well. In fact, I'll stop talking.
As that's the tackle from Klimek on Baselli, as Orchard gets a ball in. Here's Atkinson, blocked by Muller and played out by further to Passia John, who's faced up by Baselli. Baselli wearing the armband in the absence of Andoni Natsiopoulos and Massimo Falco. And that ball goes out for a goal kick. Theo.
Yeah, so what I was going to say was finish saying that I had to stop because they were attacking, but they transition from defence to attack very, very quickly. They're very, very, very well coached, and they're very, very dangerous when you give them just that little bit of space, because they have players that can really hurt you. You watch how fluid their front four are. It's scary sometimes to watch, and as an opposition player, you've got to be scared. You've got to be wary of that.
As FK Beograd lose possession there, and Nathan Owen comes away with it, but he gives that away to the experienced Toriani. Italian from Como.
They're carrying a Serie A at the moment, I think.
They are. They're near the top of the table. They're actually fighting for a Champions League position at the moment, sitting, I think, about fifth. Here's Baselli, able to run at the back lines, cuts inside, beats two, can't beat the third, looking for a free kick, not given by our man in the middle, Tom Brinkworth. Toriani, cool, calm and collected there, finds his partner in crime in Cooper Nunn, who had an outstanding season for FK Beograd last year.
Yeah, I think he came from America.
He's actually an Australian boy. He was over there playing in the college system for a number of years. And FK Beograd were able to obtain his services again. He did come back previously and was at FK Beograd, then went back over and has found a nice home at FK Beograd.
Well, plus 6 foot centre back, left footer. Yep, I'll take one of those, please.
I think every club is looking for those. As Atkinson wins the flick, only to the benefit of Bolmapore, who again last season was absolutely fantastic for Croydon, and he started again this year. He's been in fine form.
I think he's got a new defensive partner this year.
He does. He had Christian Vivian last season, and he's been injured a little bit this year and struggled for game time. And they've brought in young Muller, as Orchard gives away the free kick there, right in front of us. But they've brought in young Freddie Muller, and he's been playing alongside him. He's only a young lad. I think he's about 18, 19 years of age.
Okay.
Young Freddie Muller, and 19. He's started 3. He's played 3 games, started 3. So he didn't start the season, but he's come in of late. This will be his 4th game.
Back him in. I do like the optimism of the coach to play their young players.
Well, he's done very well so far. Settled in nicely. But when you've got a player like Polly on one side of you and Bolmapore on the other. There's great experience there as Trimboli loses out there, and that's cleared by Nyankuru.
Yeah, it's a testament to like coaches that are willing to play their youth and how they embed them into the first team squad and support them, put the support structures around them. And he's got clear support structures around him on the pitch as well.
He certainly does. As Margouche goes long looking for Passia John. Orchard gets up highest and wins that one, and Atkinson calmly back to Cooper Nunn. He looks for Baselli. Baselli's able to bring that down and play through Orchard. Here's Atkinson. Baselli able to switch to Nyankuru. Yeah, gets the meg as well. Nyankuru spreads the ball out to Konstantopoulos. Can he keep this in? He can on the far side. Goes back to Nyankuru. Crosses but blocked by Nathan Owen. Crossed in from Harrington looking for Atkinson. Bolmapore gets up highest and wins that and clears. Here's Passia John for Croydon. Klimek, Mr. Croydon.
Every time I watch Centofanti, I just think Iniesta just does the simple things, just wins those balls, just plays them square, tries not to go back too often. I really enjoy his game. As you can tell, I was a midfielder, so I'm a bit biased there.
He just plays the role. He knows his role, plays it very well.
Yeah.
And he's quite comfortable on the ball. And that's what you want from that position.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fills in when needed and can certainly hit the challenge when required, as he drops a little bit here for Toriani, but that ball goes out on the far side as we tick over 8 minutes.
Yeah, if Andoni plays in that position, he's more of a box-to-box. He's a creator as well, so but I don't think he would play in that defensive position. I think he'd be slightly higher up the park,
No,
but what do I know?
He certainly would do. And that's the joys for Adrian Deloya, coach of FK Beograd, is that Andoni on his way back, Masfalco on his way back, who have some choices and some depth added to his currently thin squad. As most people know, they've lost a number of players through injury, and they've got a very young squad as Toriani goes long. And when I say young squad, young players on the bench.
They, I think they've got a good blend, and like you said, when those players come back in, you just got that 2 or 3 extra players on the bench to add some real depth to your squad.
And that's what it comes down to, is teams need depth to win this league. Yeah. As Klimek goes back to Bolmapore and just saying, Alex Rusmir, he's the reserve keeper for FK Beograd, 19. Peter Palasas sitting on the bench, 18. Christos Stamatolopoulos on the bench, 19. Zach Kosic on the bench, 19. So they've got young players. Even, I know he's been around a while, it was Abu Hussein.
Yeah.
He played at Para Hills all last year. He's only 19. So and he's sitting on the bench. So they're very young on the bench.
Yeah.
Very young.
But I don't know the man well enough to talk to. I don't actually know the guy, but Beograd's play looks like he knows what he's doing, and he's embedding them in at the right times when required. You have to be very wary with the young players. You just can't embed them all at the same time. So you need slow growth. But it's such a positive for a young boy playing for Beograd to say, you know what, I might have a chance on playing in the first team. Look at all these young boys.
Yep.
And that, for me, is what a club should be all about, playing your young kids.
Here's Luca Trimboli, first real touches. He crosses and cut out by Toriani, but given straight back to Luca Trimboli. Crosses. Toriani's there again, and now he finds Baselli in some space. This is where FK Beograd will look to counter quickly. Baselli carries, looking for Trimboli through the middle. Finds him, and the flag's gone up on the far side. I'd love to see that on replay, but what a ball that is from Baselli there.
Spared his blushes. I think that was an absolutely beautiful ball. That was an excellent run by Trimmers. He actually darted out right and then tucked his run in, and then outside of the football by your number 10. Excellent. Like I said, no VAR in FSA.
Certainly not, but that's the class that Baselli brings in that role to this FK Beograd side. As Croydon get us back underway. As that's a ball looking for Polly from Muller. Again, Toriani there to clear. Polly touches inside to, looks like Owen on the ball. I know Kato, sorry. Here's Passy John, hits it with the left, blocked by Centofanti.
Yeah, it's moments, I think this is going to be a quite tight affair because they both structurally feel and look like the same, both 4-3-3.
Ball in behind, Klimek finds it, Passy John can't hit it, regains possession. Crosses, finds Klimek in the box, Klimek turns and hits it, blocked by Nunn, hit by Owen, and that's going to go wide, but great play there from Croydon.
Yeah, and what I was trying to say is that they both structurally look in possession going forward. They both have a 4-3-3 in possession. When they don't have the ball, they look like a 4-5-1. So they structure up very tight against each other. So there aren't really gaps. It's going to be an individual difference. It's going to be a quick 1-2. It's going to be a brilliance that's going to open up this game, like a Baselli through ball to Trimmers, or a Passy John having a shot and having a fresh airy.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it's that quality. I'll just let them play the ball out and then we can possibly give some updates and scores, results.
If you've got some round the grounds, we can certainly do that, as I don't have any at the moment. Here's Cooper Nunn. He goes to Orchard. Orchard in some space. He's able to turn. Finds Baselli wide, right on that sideline. Cuts inside the passage on and wins the free kick. And that's the One World LED and Sport Systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Scoreboard and time clock. What do you got for us, Theo?
Okay, earlier today, Para Hills 1, West Adelaide 1. That's a point for Para Hills. West Adelaide probably disappointing being 1-0 up at half time. And currently, it is at half time in the Barossa. Adelaide United scored first, but then Metro Stars went 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 4-1 up. So Mr. Grant, he was begging for goals. He's got 5.
And no 0-0 draw for him today. Here's Baselli, cuts inside and can't get the ball past Styles, who scored his first goal just recently. Here's Passy John, weighs up his options, looks for good on the far side, and Woodlands is going to claim that one.
Bit of a very, very speculative ball there. Probably should be a bit more patient. Kato, yeah, trying to get onto that ball. Just trying to play through the lines. If you can get on that ball and actually be an outlet instead of those speculative balls. Very well done by Cooper Nunn.
And some scores in the 8 as Centofanti looks to find Konstantopoulos on the far side, picked up by Neon Kuru. Goes wide. Here is Konstantopoulos. Back into Neon Kuru, but can't bring that under control, and Bolmapur clears. Only as far as Centofanti. Sorry, that's Harrington on that far side. As Toriani gets there in front of Luca Trimboli, goes inside. Trimboli with the touch, but only as far as Klimek. Klimek releases early, looking for Luca Trimboli, but loses out there. And Apex still WMPL. Flinders United losing 8-0 to Salisbury Inter.
I'm not saying anything about that one.
In the HBG Home State League 2 North, Barossa drawing with Gawler Eagles 2-2. In the HBG Home State League 1, Modbury currently 4-1 over South Adelaide. Actually, that is full time in that game. And Salisbury United losing to Adelaide Atletico 2-1. Here's Neon Kuru. Wide to Orchard, goes back to Trimboli and now Baselli.
I think Matty Gaston's driven over a black cat. Or
smashed a few mirrors.
Yeah, broken a couple of mirrors, or probably needs to go to church. Light some candles.
Yeah, Salisbury just in some trouble this season, unable to find the form that propelled them up the table last season.
Yeah, look, I actually love State League 1 football because you do the right thing, you could be looking at promotion, but if you do the wrong thing, you're facing relegation.
Yeah, it's such a tough league to get into, but it's also very tough to stay in and then get higher, as Baselli wins the free kick off Nathan Owen there. We've got some other scores. Adelaide Titans losing to Vipers 2-0. Adelaide Titans now 2 on the trot.
Yeah, I was actually at that Charcoal Derby.
One of the Charcoal Derbies, as you mentioned last night.
Yep.
And the Apex Steel WMPL, Adelaide Uni losing to West Torrens Bacala 3-0. And West Adelaide almost there. They're currently 2-0 over the NTC. And when that's into time added.
8 from 8 from Mr. Costa Yarich and his girls.
Another fantastic season on the horizon for West Adelaide WMPL side. Just need to turn that into finals football this year.
Yes, they do.
Here's Anthony Trimboli, unable to turn. He'd had the time, but found Toriani. Here is Trimboli again. Goes to Neon Kuru, but that's overhit. And Good comes away with it. And eventually the ball goes out for throwing on the far side. What else do we have in the MPL? We have Metro Stars, as you mentioned there, just 4-1 over Adelaide United at half-time. In the HBG Home State League 1, Raiders and Blue Eagles are currently 0-0. As that's a long ball looking for Konstantopoulos, finds him. He's up against Polly, into the box. Konstantopoulos goes wide, cuts it across. Eventually it's blocked, and it's out for a goal kick.
Very well done as a goalkeeper there, just didn't get beaten. It was an excellent positioning, it looked like. Konstad tried to crack one across the box. Didn't go that way. And one big result we haven't talked about yet with probably about, it's in the 90th minute. Auckland 1, Adelaide United 1.
Oh, yes, the A-League. I forgot that was being played.
That's a huge result for United.
It's a massive result to go there, get a draw if they can.
Yeah.
And then back here in Adelaide next week.
Yep.
Which I believe is a sellout as well.
Sellout, yeah. Yep.
So
there's no scheduled games.
At the same time, excellent. As Margush goes long, looking for Alex Good on the far side, and Harrington can't quite get there. Good brings it down and goes, but he's tracked by Neon Kuru. Here's Centofanti.
You see how much they value possession. They just really enjoy that when they're very fluid. Beograd just really value possession. They don't burn it very often. Stay calm, pick their passes.
Rosselli and Neon Kuru working some magic in the middle of the park to get themselves out of trouble. And Adrian Deloyer, given the time by FK Beograd to build a side and get them playing the way he wants them to play, and hopefully that continues and they will see some silverware in the near future. Here's Baselli.
But a quote once said by the special one, doesn't matter how good you play football, and they can take the ball home and I'll just take 3 points.
That's exactly right. As that ball finds its way to Bulmer Paul, and Styles for Croydon looks for Trimboli and finds him, but he can't hold that one up, but does draw the foul from Toriani. As we tick over 20 minutes into the 20th minute on the clock.
The Italian brothers, Trimboli and Toriani, just reacquainting themselves.
They're both from Como. They didn't know each other before they got here, but they actually have been now housemates.
There you go.
And just like them, chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA.
Cooper Nunn currently on the ball at the moment. Great ball into Trimmers. Trimmers dribbles into Orchard. Staying patient as per normal. Trimmers floating, trying to hit that diag ball to Konstad. Take it forward. Great touch. Konstad. Great save, Mr. Margouche. Excellent save. But that ball from Trimmers, that touch from Konstad, that was exceptional football. And to top it off, the third piece of play was a great save by Mr. Margouche. Goalkeeper of the year 2025 and possibly 2026. Who knows? They're going to search for another ball while we're... Yep, and Trimmers is... No, so it's Konstad over there. Interesting set pieces that Beograd have. I'm very interested in it because they alter it up a couple of times. Let's see what they do this time. Konstad just about to deliver it in. Ooh, header on. Baselli made that space and... No. Comes back out. Recycle the ball to Nyunkuru. Toriani looks slightly offside, and now the linesman has said offside. So Croydon weathered that one quite well.
Now, we were speaking earlier, Theo, about goals and in this fixture, and looking back through some of the results the last few years, it's been nothing less than at least two goals in the game. So
I made a good prediction at the start of the game.
Yeah.
I didn't know that stat.
Yeah, so last year, FK Beograd had the ruling over Croydon in both fixtures. Beograd winning 2-0 here, and Beograd winning 3-1 at Frank Mitchell.
Okay.
The year before that, it was a 1-1 draw and a 3-2 win to FK Beograd. And then in 2023, Croydon winning here in 3-1, and then a draw at Frank Mitchell, 2 apiece. So there's always been goals in this fixture. And over the course of their time in the top flight, as that's Long looking for Konstantopoulos and he's offside, Croydon and FK Beograd have played 95 times. Croydon coming away with 43 wins, 15 draws and 37 losses.
Wow. Okay.
And they've not played against each other in finals.
They have not?
Nope.
Wow. Well, hopefully Belgrade can make the finals this year. I really do like their squad. I really do. I think their coaches, and they've got a really good coaching group. Got some excellent young players. So they'll be very, very disappointed if they don't make the finals this year. Are they still in the FFA Cup?
FK Beograd?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Yep. They are. As that ball's put through for Atkinson, but Klimic's going to get there first and does so, and guides that back to Margouche, who can't pick it up and has to go long. And Good gets a good touch. I was going to say, I didn't mean that, but he got a good touch there, and I couldn't find Trimboli, but Klimek eventually cleans up again for Croydon. Centofanti reads that beautifully, and he looks to release Atkinson. Here is Atkinson up against Bolmapour. Orchard goes outside him. He goes inside Trimboli. Another touch. Atkinson with a great effort and save, and then Konstantopoulos there to finish it off.
That was an exceptional move. Excellent. Well done. Orchard made that dummy run on the outside. It was a beautiful move by Trimmers. He just makes so much difference to this team. He straightens it up. He's very Soit Tarkani-like. Played that beautiful ball in. Great finish. Great save by the goalkeeper. And Konstant doing what a good winger does and just finishes his work.
Beautiful play there from FK Beograd, and as you said there, Theo, it was just great play all round, and a great save from Margouche in the first instance. But as you said, Konstantopoulos there just coming through and able to score. And as I said, there's always goals in this fixture, then it happens. This is what commentators curse in a good way this time.
Yeah, well, I think you've done a fair few games. You know, you can see the ebb and flow of the game, and you predicted a goal, and you're correct once again.
Not only that, when we were talking about fixtures in the past, one of Croydon's biggest ever wins in the top flight was against FK Beograd.
Wow, how much?
11-2 back in 1962.
Wow.
So not only that is one of FK Beograd's biggest losses is that fixture, but there's the 5 of their biggest fixture losses ever are against Croydon. It just shows you how dominant Croydon were back then, because in that game Beograd lost 8-0 in 1956.
Wow.
But that didn't even reach Croydon's top 4 of biggest wins.
Wow. My dad would quite often tell me stories of Belgrade and Polonia would often bring Polish and Serbian players down straight from the motherland, and they would be absolute superstars, and they come here to have a better life. And my dad would often say that the quality of the players were amazing, far superior than what was here. So,
and that certainly tracks, and they've stayed and had families of their own, and we now benefit from those
absolutely
families and coming through. It just adds to the multicultural football here in SA. And you've got your traditional English clubs, and I do that with air quotes. You've got your Polish clubs, you've got your Italian, your Croatian clubs, and here you've got your FK Beograd. So that's a ball out to Konstantopoulos in the box. Hits the first time. He's at the post and it's gone in. 2-0 in quick succession for FK Beograd.
Well, my prediction's just been blown out. I said it'll be a tight, cagey affair. So it's 2-0 and another finish by Jason. I think that finish was exceptional. That was pinpoint, centimetre perfect. Margush dove at full length, hit the post and went in. Now, as a coach, you want your players to get as close as you can to the post and score. Going across the goals, what more could you ask for? Technique, exceptional. Well done, Constead. A double for him today.
In 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes.
A double in 2.
2 and 2.
As FK Beograd take a 2-0 lead on the One World LED and Sportal Systems scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. And Croydon now in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Got a bit of work ahead of them now.
George is leaning back and thinking, what do I do here now? Well, he doesn't win a championship by not being inventive enough, so I'm sure he's got lots of scenarios in his head. I think Croydon now, literally, just get hold of the ball and just value that ball a bit more going forward.
As that goes out for a goal kick. And it's been quite an interesting battle between Passy John and Marcus Orchard just here in front of us.
Yeah.
Orchard getting down that line, providing that option, forcing Passy John to have to track him, but when it's defensive, he's stood up tall and he's certainly made Passy John work hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you see, I've actually commentated on Beograd before, and their front four have been very fluid and been moving. They're literally stuck to their positions today. Jason's stayed on the right, Atkinson's on the left, Baselli's played as a floating 10, and Trimmers has drifted in and out, but he's playing in this locked their position. So maybe that's taking Croydon by a bit of a shock. But yeah, I just think Croydon do have quality, but they actually got to start getting in that ball and start. I actually want to see if they can get their 2 and 5, Klimek and Polly, get involved a bit more.
Yeah, Klimek certainly the more adventurous at the moment of the two, which is to be expected as that's the way he plays. Here's Bolmapore, always happy to run with the ball and drive that team from the back to the front. And here's Passy John, gets past Neon Kuru, up against Atkinson, goes inside to Styles. He's able to turn, finds Kato. He hasn't been on the ball enough, as that's a great ball in behind. Here's good, blocked by Toriani and out for a goal kick. And I think Kato needs to get on the ball more as well.
Yeah, with his experience, his technical ability, you want to see him on the ball, and you want him playing balls like that. You want him playing in behind. You want him finding those link plays. You want him getting in between those lines. You want all of the above plus more. You want quality. Quality has to start rising to change the direction of this game, or else it can Beograd will take it away. I can tell you that now.
They certainly will. And Kato has that quality, as many of the players out there do. But he's that import. He's that player they rely on to do that. As Styles gets his foot in there and wins it back. Here is good. Goes all the way back to Muller. And back to Margush.
Even with Bolmaport driving then as a centre-back, just creating an overload, just probably would have seen a little bit more benefit out of it. But, yeah, unfortunately for them, they couldn't.
As Baselli up against Bolmaport, gets past Owen and wins it gets past Ned Styles and eventually wins a free kick off Bolmaport. Great hold-up play there from Baselli.
Oh, yeah, his strength, 1v1 skill, just awareness, he's excellent. He's a joy to watch. You just, creative players, you just want to don't hurt them. You just want to just let them play. That's the ethnic side of me.
As Toriani plays it into Anthony Trimboli's feet, he eventually loses out.
Invention, Passia.
Here's Luca Trimboli. Kato can't beat Santafanti, who's again just breaking up that play in the holding role there and really making Croydon work and to try and get past him.
Well, as a goalkeeper, would you like him as a 6?
Of course,
yeah.
Mate. I'd take any of these teams, mate, to be fair.
Yeah.
As Nunn goes long looking for Baselli, it gets just clipped over Klimek, and Baselli looks to go inside of Mapore and does. He's into the box and he hits it. And he can't direct that one goal bound, and it goes wide, and Margush is upright.
He's getting the Bronx cheers from some supporters giving him grief, but that move that he just did on Bolmaport is not easy. And he's actually got the last laugh at the moment because his team is currently 2 goals up.
That they are, thanks to goals from Konstantopoulos in the 24th and 26th minute.
2 from 2. And it has finished 1-1 in Auckland. Very big result for Adelaide United. Very good result for Adelaide United.
Atkinson, speaking of New Zealand, he's from New Zealand. He flips it into Buscelli to Trimboli, and Anthony Trimboli does well to keep it in. Goes back to Neon Kuru. He's able to cross and does so. Polly clears. Alex Good gets to it but loses out. Keeps it. A bit scrappy, but he eventually loses out to Harrington. And he gives it away to Owen. Owen finds Kato. He's met by that number 6 again in Santafanti. Nathan Owen picking up that ball. Spreads it out to Muller.
What can you do? What can they do when they get the ball? An interesting stat in football that's not looked at is how much time do you have in opposition? So the more you can have your ball in possession in the opposition's half, it's good.
Croydon certainly, yeah, it does mean doing well, but Croydon certainly haven't been able to do that at this stage.
Although possession doesn't really matter, I just think the effectiveness of Beograd going forward and being a bit more damaging in that final third. Clearly, they've got 2 goals to show for that. I don't need to. You don't need to be a smart cookie to figure that out.
We saw that last night, Theo, in the Bacala game against Playford last night in that second half, and Bacala were having most of that ball, and then Playford went and scored an absolute worldie from Isaac Mullen to make it 3-2.
Yeah, like I said, I went back this morning. I was listening to your commentary. I was very impressed, but with both your commentary and the goal.
So the goal certainly outshines anything else, that's for sure. It was just an absolute fantastic hit from Isaac Mullen to at that stage make it 3-2, and then Alan Welsh, cool as you like, but to be honest, it's kind of I hate to say it, but it's kind of expected from Alan Welsh that he's so cool, calm and collected in the 96th minute to equalise from the spot, and does so.
Yeah, and I felt like an absolute potato head because I did not even give him a vote. But, yeah, that's typical commentator not really paying attention. So I apologise to Mr. Alan Welsh. So, yeah, scoring 2 goals as a midfielder, what do you need to do to get a point? So apologies in advance.
That's all good. It's certainly some contenders for the team of the week this week. As Styles picks up that ball for Croydon, he comes wide to Nathan Owen. He goes down the line to Klimek. Owen just manages to keep hold of it ahead of Buscelli, and here's Styles. He looks to reverse pass for Klimek, but there's a push in the back, gets away with it. Here's up against Orchard. Orchard wins out there. Very well done from Orchard, and he finds Buscelli.
Klimek just did a FIFA move. You hit your opponent before the screen.
Before the screen gets there.
Yeah.
Leon Kuru goes over and wins the throw-in. Everyone's just having a word with the assistant referee just in front of us, asking how that wasn't a free kick to Orchard for the push in the back.
No, I don't think Orchard used enough hands when he was arguing with the linesman there. But mate, you ain't going to change that decision. It's done. Move on.
That's it. Exactly right. As he goes and takes the throw, looks for Anthony Trimboli, and that's a tussle between Bolmapore, who we know is physically very strong, and Anthony Trimboli is certainly no mug in that department either. So great battle, physical battle between the two there.
Yeah, Abu, when he was playing, I have seen them. I was going to say, when Abu plays, slightly different player. Trimmers is that physical presence, but he's also got excellent feet. So he does pose a couple of different issues and scenarios for the opposition.
Styles with the cross. Cooper Nunn with the headed clearance, but only as far as Owen. A battle between him and Konstantopoulos, and Owen wins out in that instance. As Trimboli takes it off Muller, but Muller wins it back, and Neon Kuru straight into the tackle there. And now they go all the way back to Margouche. He's able to take a touch and goes along looking for Yuya Kato, and Toriani strong in the air, wins that and finds Buscelli as well. Buscelli now looks to try and get away from Bolmapore. He finds a reverse pass to Trimboli. Trimboli able to hold up and finds Atkinson. Atkinson up against Klimek. Out to Orchard. Orchard able to cross, does so low, but Margouche down low and claims that cross and then releases John quickly. Can Croydon now counter? Goes inside to...
Did you see how patient they were? And they picked their passes. They stayed patient. Very calculated passes, but excellent. That's the difference this half.
Here's Polly able to get forward and cross for the first time this evening. Not a very good clearance there, and it falls to Alex Good. Here's Passia John. He's able to hit on the left, but Cooper Nunn's there to block. Klimek, first time cross, looks far post. And that's going to drift all the way out. Luca Trimboli gets there, but not in time, and that goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, like I said, that point, that delivery, that final ball, that just been that little bit sharper tonight. Unfortunately, for the first half for Croydon, there's still good 9 minutes plus time on. Anything can happen. In fact, the last time I came here and I was commentating on a Croydon game, they played Westies, and a ball actually hit a car on the highway and sent it about 50 metres.
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Everyone had a good laugh at that one, actually. As we are obviously very close to that north-south motorway. As Trimboli can't keep hold of that, and Stiles puts it through his legs. And Muller able to clean up, as Croydon do have still just under 10 minutes of this first half to dig into that deficit.
Yeah, football's an interesting game. We saw Playford up 2-0, a little bit against the run of play, but football can change very quickly. Goals can change games. So if it stays as is, George will have some interesting insights into how the Croydon can actually break them down. As with Adrian, well, there you go.
Great little touch there from Passia John, and eventually cleared by Cooper Nunn. But that's better from Croydon, a bit more patient. They're able to find feet and actually get into those areas, and that's what they need more of.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting that sort of feedback now from the Croydon bench about that's a better move forward. So you'd expect to see a lot more of that.
As Tom Brinkworth just telling Klimek no further, as Klimek launches this one into the box, looking for Luca Trimboli. He wins the first one. It's over. Harrington clears. Konstantopoulos further. Cato able to get a boot, and so does Polly, but a bit scrappy at the moment there, and Croydon eventually come away with it, but Neon Kuri straight into the tackle and comes away with it. He looks to release Trimboli, but that's overhit, and it's going to go through to Freddie Muller, who goes all the way back to Daniel Margush. And I've got some more scores in the HBG Home State League 2. Elizabeth Downs drawing with Port Adelaide Pirates, 1 apiece. What else have we got?
Big result for Port.
It is. They've not been in the best of form, so it's a great point for them. In the HBG Homes State League 2 South, Adelaide Hills backing up their win over Barker last week with the win this week, 4-1 over Plimpton.
Wow, that's good. I wonder how many Hosking scored.
I will have a look. Hang on 1 second.
That's right, you can tell me later at half time.
Mount Barker losing 4-3 to Western Strikers in the end.
Wow. Big result for the Barker. I'm sure Alessio will be talking about that one game. I wonder if he tipped them.
I don't actually know, to be honest. Margush comes and claims that cross, as to be expected. Western Strikers there coming out with, like I said, the 4-3 win, and actually they were 4-1 up with 2 minutes to go, and Barker scored in the 88th and 92nd to make it 4-3. So not a bad comeback there from Barker, just couldn't quite get over the line in the end.
Yeah.
And as we know, Parahills Knights getting their first point of the season against West Adelaide, as their earlier draw against Burkalla was ruled out in the end as a forfeit due to an illegible player.
Yeah, we talked about that the first commentary game. Yeah, it's quite disappointing for them, but let's hope the paperwork is all correct this time.
As Croydon look to play through Owen and pushing the back from Baselli.
I think the window would open up pretty soon, because I know in the WNPL the window's open.
June.
Yeah, June. Okay.
They can now amend their squads, because they have to amend their squads for player ages and things like that, which is now available, I believe. Yeah. But there's no transfer window until June.
June. Okay.
So there's still. It's normally actually quite late, like around 13 or 14, that it's actually open, which is, by that stage, for me, it's a little bit late.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Teams can't, if they're struggling, they can't bring players in, or if they want to try and push on, they can't bring players in until later. And there's only then, I think, 6 or 7 games left of the season. So, however, because I think it runs in line with the rest of the world's transfer window.
Now, the rest of the world is actually going to summer, though. We're not. We're going into winter.
That is correct. Here's Atkinson able to find Baselli.
I suppose you get the right import in for 6 games. That keeps you up.
Can certainly make a difference. As Orchard goes long looking for Atkinson. He finds him down the line. He's up against Owen, and Owen's in the back, and that's going to be a free kick.
That was actually a silly foul to give. If I was bowling with Paul, I would have said, look, mate, I'm right here. Don't foul him. Don't foul him. It's 2 against 1. So,
and he's given away a free kick in what could be considered a dangerous position now. It allows FK Beograd effectively a free cross into the box, and it does allow them to send some of the tall timber forward if they choose to, as they've only got a couple of minutes before half-time. But at the moment, Toriani and Nunn both now decide to go forward.
Yeah.
I think they were discussing what they were going to do.
Yeah, probably.
Work it out between the two of them, and that then brings Neon Kuru and Harrington.
Yeah, talking about
centrally.
what type of pasta dish they liked.
Possibly, as Orchard is going to be over this ball with a left foot of his, the outswinger.
The red sauce or the white sauce?
And here is Orchard. One arm up. Swings this in, goes middle. Baselli gets the flick, and Margouche claims. Easy enough take for Margouche in the end, as Baselli going backwards away from goal, having to try and generate the power.
Still a very good save. But the effort to actually the ball into the box, the effort by Baselli creates something out of nothing.
Margouche not happy there after the distribution, and I can tell you now that Hoskins didn't score this week.
Okay.
But one of their players that they just brought back to the club, Kyle Markham, getting on the score sheet.
Okay.
So a big win there for the Hawks, as I think he's just called a foul throw, or no, he's just telling him to go further back. As Harrington's trying to steal a few more yards there.
It's a good time-wasting ploy.
It certainly is right before half-time as we tick over 43 minutes played here at Regency in the RAA NPLSA round 9. There is only one remaining fixture in round 9, and that is to be played tonight at 7 p.m. And that is Adelaide City against Campbelltown at Adelaide City Park. And that is match of the round, or match of the month, should I say, as Atkinson gets away with that one there and comes away with it, and Owen is still down. They find Baselli. Baselli just holds up play, and he's going to not put it out of play, but he's just told the ref to get the trainer on his own. Makes his way back to his feet.
Yeah, it's Baselli is absolute professional. Saw the situation. He's just come up. I think it was a 50-50 ball. He just won it. Just gets back up.
And FK Beograd will regain possession from the drop ball.
Yeah, must mention as well, it's looking at beautiful lights on and see cars driving past. Make sure you've got RAA, because if you don't and you leave your lights on and your car's stopped, you will definitely be in a bit of trouble.
You certainly will be. So chat to a local who backs you and your team. And it's better to be a member with RAA, silver member myself, as Nunn goes long looking for Anthony Trimboli. He can't quite bring it under control, and Nathan Owen nips in and takes that ball away. RAA proud sponsors of the NPLSA here, and have been for a number of years. Great to have locals on board for our local game. As that ball goes long looking for Passia John, he's not offside. The flag stays down. Passia John in the box. Crosses looking for good, but that's over his head and drifts wide of Alexander Woodland's post. As Theo just shows me his gold membership for the RAA.
You show me a silver, I show you a gold.
That's all right.
That's the only thing I've got one up on you, though.
Like I said, when we needed the RAA, we used to drive some dodgy cars back in the day.
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
These days, not so much.
But they could be there to support your battery needs as well. So
certainly can. As Woodlands goes long, and Trimboli just pushes Bolmapore off the ball.
Well, my wife would be embarrassed to say this, but a long time ago she got a flat tyre, and it was quicker to call Theo than to call RAA, surprisingly. Theo came to the rescue on that occasion. has not been required since.
As Cooper Nunn heads that one wide, and Klimik's going to pick that up. And he crosses, looking far post for Passia John, but Harrington's going to get there first. Passia John fights for that one back and wins it. He's able to go around him, but he can't keep that one in, and it goes out for a goal kick right before the whistle as we tick over into time added. There shouldn't be too much time as Tom Brinkworth just has a quick look at his watch.
Yeah, and Passia John and Good have taken it upon themselves to finally change. You do actually want your wingers to be good coaches out there and see if you're not beating your play, just go change the other side, just change it up a little bit.
Try and get some variance in that wing play as Polly wins that header, and Tom Brinkworth brings the first half to a close. FK Beograd leading 2-0 thanks to 2 goals from Jason Konstantopoulos in the 24th and 26th minute. Theo, what did you make of that first half?
Well, I was wrong once again, so don't listen to me and gamble responsibly, please. Yes, it was look. My assumption, my thoughts on the whole process, once we wait for the stats to come up, was that Beograd looked very efficient going forward. They valued the ball a bit more. I think Croydon, when they went forward in the final third, were a little bit disjointed. And look, 2 minutes. I mean, the first goal by Constad, I think, or the second goal, it was just exceptional.
As we have the stats come up, and no shots on goal or on target for Croydon at all in that first half. FK Beograd, 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals.
That's 100% efficient.
Doesn't get any better than that. Otherwise, nothing much else to speak of there. A few fouls and a corner for FK Beograd. We're going to take a quick break, so please join us on the other side of this half-time for the RAA NPLSA Round 9 clash between Croydon and FK Beograd.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
side. That pass isn't really that great, but they still have it. Shot from distance, and that is an absolute rocket from Caelan Laird. Super sub comes on, makes it 3-0.
Cutting inside, has the strike. Hussein! That's an unbelievable goal, Abu Hussein, for his first of the club. We're only 5 minutes in here, but he's almost taken the net off.
Ball. Bucco now. Great crossfield pass to Dominic Costanzo in this side here on his left. Gets a shot in, that's goal bound! And it's gone in. Fine finish by Dominic Costanzo, making it 1-1 on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. And maybe no. Scores update in a minute here as this free kick comes in from Kasimovic. He's hit it well. Oh, Hasan Kasimovic. Pick that one out. Oh, that's. I've got no words, Paul. That doesn't happen very often, but that's a fine free kick.
No, that's a super strike. Super strike.
Might have been playing out to the path of that Stella, but 2 weeks behind the end now. Croydon on the break. Sia John has a shot from distance. Wow! Goal of the week! Sia John!
I think the thing that most people don't realise about being a referee is how much we train. We often train twice a week as a group. Then we have coaching sessions where we go through videos and look back at past few weeks. And then any of the outside of training stuff that we do, like our gym work and watching matches back and all that. All the extra time outside of match days are the big things for us. What makes it more than just blowing a whistle is understanding football and all the different layers of football, and then adding on top of that we then have to be impartial and understand the emotion of football, and then find that balance between understanding the emotion and then understanding the laws. I've had a few grand finals that I've been lucky to be a part of, and in those kind of games with the crowds and the energy, I can just tell that the football match that's going on is so entertaining, and that I'm lucky to have one of the best seats in the house for it.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jay Drobran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level, and with a better level there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play, and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
Welcome back to Regency Park for round 9 of the RAA NPLSA. Croydon versus FK Beograd. No changes for the home side. However, there is one change for FK Beograd. And it looks like Jason Konstantopoulos, the goal scorer, has made way at half-time. And Abu Bakari Hussein has come on in his place. And what a substitution to be able to make.
Very lucky. Must have had an injury or might not be feeling well. But 2 goals up.
As FK Beograd get us underway. Continue, Theo.
Big shoes to fill, buddy. So I'll let him go.
And if you are just joining us, FK Beograd currently 2-0 over Croydon with goals to Jason Konstantopoulos in the 24th and 26th minute of the first half. No other changes in this match so far.
Well, we must also thank Croydon for the beautiful commentary box allocations for Mr. Talbot and Mr. Molinas today. Indoor.
It's a big change from the scaff from last night's Burkalla-Playford game.
Yeah. This is quite wind resistant and rain resistant, I would hopefully say.
It certainly is.
Probably the added bonus of this one is that there's no AI camera at the game.
As Hussein gets there first, Margouche out big. First time hit, cleared by Muller off the line or just in front of Margouche, but Croydon still seem to be in the change rooms, Theo.
Yeah, I don't know what George has said, but obviously it didn't rev them up too much because they are still slightly unaware of the game that has started, because Beograd should have been 3-0 up. Unfortunately for them, and fortunately for Bologna.
You said that Abu Hussein had some big shoes to fill coming on for Jason. He almost filled them already with a shot there very early, but Margouche out fast and big to block that one.
Although he's conceded 2 goals, he's made some pretty good saves today.
He has.
Alex, Mr. Woodlands has probably
had nothing to do.
Nothing to do. Probably cold out there.
As this ball will come in from Marcus Orchard. Outswinger goes near post. Nunn gets there first, and Margouche comes out and claims. And we did see those stats that Beograd 2 shots on goal, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. But when we talk about the saves that Margouche has made, he's had to come for a number of low crosses across that box, and he's been very solid in claiming those. As Styles goes line looking for Polly and finds him in behind Harrington. Here's Polly, crosses. Cleared by Toriani. That's better from Croydon, but needs just the end product there, just lacking.
That's what I wanted to see. 2 and 5 going forward, and beautifully weighted ball by Styles. Great run by Polly. Got it across, but just wasn't perfect enough.
Here's Captain Klimek. Styles, always on the move, always looking to be an option, and eventually wins the free kick. On the far side, with now Croydon kicking from right to left, or south to north, if you want to get technical.
Overlooking the...
And the only reason I know that is because South Road is just behind the pitch, and I know which way that goes.
It goes both ways, unlike the old freeway down south.
That's right. Going back in time there, that's for sure.
Depending on what time of the day.
Yep. As Styles will whip this one in, he goes through the middle and goes all the way through and out for a goal kick. No Croydon player able to get on the end of that, and FK Beograd happy to see that one passed through and out.
That's a much better sign. They've couple of attacks in the last couple of moments. George will be happy about that. Like I said, last night I said that Stave will wait to the 60th, 65th minute to make some changes, but we'll see what George does. I think he would want more aggression and better use of the ball in the front third, and some chances.
As Woodlands goes long, Trimboli wins the flick. Here's Abu Hussein able to get past round Polly. Stands him up. See what he does here. Goes and crosses low. It's a great ball in, and eventually cleared by Klemic brilliantly there, just in front of Baselli, and Baselli just recognising that as well with a bit of a high five for Klemic. What play all round there.
Yeah, no, both teams are actually practicing that pre-warm-up, playing in from the middle and then out to the wing and then a sharp ball in, and except they weren't practicing with defenders. Ain't captain for no reason.
No, Baselli certainly a leader in this squad. As I look out the window to see Baselli take this, it looks like that's a coach of another team there standing in that corner, John Fusco. As Baselli swings this one in, cleared by Klimic, finds Cato.
Great pick.
He's able to get past Centofanti and win the free kick, and Centofanti just breaking up play, and he's going to go in the book for that as well. So the first booking of the evening.
Yeah, unlike yesterday, we saw lots of yellow cards yesterday, but today it's nice and calm, and that's a great pick from the side, Mr. Seeing Johnny Fusco.
His team last night suffering a loss to Comets in their first win of the season.
Saw it was an Aladdin free kick.
Free kick, yep.
Came off the bench, scored the winner. This is what dreams are made of. Well, they probably dream of World Cups and stuff like that, but also winning, scoring a goal, winning a winner.
Winning games at whatever level you can play it is how it should be. It's yes, as much as we'd all love to play a World Cup, you've also got every other kid that plays football wanting to do the same. But if you can do that at the level you play at, then make that dream a reality. Here's Cato. He goes inside, but cut out by Harrington. Styles picks it up, and he looks to switch it to Klimic. And that's going to be cleared by Atkinson.
And for us that like gamers, old school gamers, a win on an old school system against someone else is a great victory too.
It certainly is.
Especially against one of your children.
Yeah. Yes, played many of those in my time, as Klimic goes long into the box looking for passage on. He wins the first flick, but only as far as Centofanti finds Anthony Trimboli, who's able to turn. He's looking to release over Hussein and eventually gets the ball out to him, and he's faced up with Muller.
Just get your head up
around him, and he goes outside of him. He's now going to try and open his legs and beat him for pace, but Muller sticks right with him.
2v1, smart. Okay, Cato
tracking all the way back there. Seems to be playing it now a little bit more wider, and Luca Trimboli and Passy John playing as sort of two strikers for Croydon, almost playing a 4-4-2 now, as Centofanti looks to switch it, and Klimic gets there first, releases Alex Good on the far side, and he loses out to Atkinson.
I think we'll see a better version of Cato
in the wide position.
Yeah, because he'll cheat now and go play as an 11.
He did struggle a bit trying to get on the ball in the first half, so maybe this will allow him more time on the ball, where he is or can be very dangerous, as Margouche goes wide looking for Klimic and finds him. He's able to touch it down to Styles and turns. He's owned.
Seeing Cato last year with Westies, how they got promoted, and he was excellent as an 11, so I think that's his natural game. So hope for Croydon's sake. It's an excellent ball. Oh, good stop.
Harrington getting there with a very high boot, but no danger, and he brought it down very well as Toriani now gets it moving. Harrington then looks for Trimboli, but Bolmapore cuts that one out, and he's going to step into midfield as he does so. But Pacelli forces him back. Here's Passia John into the box, and Cooper Nunn tracking him all the way.
Problem is him delaying.
Great ball in, and Luca Trimboli's unable to direct that goal bound as he missed the first boot and it hit his standing leg.
Yeah, Trimmers did call for a pull or something. He did spin around in a pirouette, do a dance move, ballet move, but I don't think the contact was sufficient enough as deemed by the referee.
Exactly right. We'll keep an eye on those, if any changes, as we tick into 55 minutes here on the One World LED and Sportal System for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Scoreboard as Passage John I'll say that was a shot.
Yes, it was. It was definitely a shot.
And that's gone into the golf course.
But it was definitely off target.
Certainly was. I don't think that will help any of the golfers tomorrow.
Or tonight.
I'm hoping there's no one playing tonight on the golf course. It'll be a bit of a worry.
Bit of a score update from the Barossa. Adelaide United 1, Metro Stars 6.
Oof, wow. Big result there for Metro Stars as Balmapour looks to play in Cato, but Toriani's there first and puts it out for a corner. Much better from Croydon there, and Balmapour again stepping through the midfield with that ball.
Scorers for Metro Stars: Chittadini, McNamara, Satira, Carl, Biniam, and whoever scored the 6th goal, unknown.
At this stage. So possibly 6 different goal scorers. As looks like Cato will swing this one in with the right foot. Does so, goes near post, but cleared by Baselli. Klimek unable to bring that under control, and Owned cleans up and goes wide to Styles. Styles up against Neon Kuru. Owned up against Atkinson and gets past him. Looks to cross, but cut out by Atkinson. Great work there defensively from FK Beograd. And chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Proud sponsors of the RAA NPLSA here. And have been for a number of years. As Croydon will look to swing this one in. Looks like Luca Trimboli swings this one in right under the bar, and Woodlands has to push that one over.
It's actually the first save he's had to make today.
So it is the first save he's had to make, and I think it's interesting because Brentworth called for the corner and Croydon tried to get Trimboli on it again to swing it in with the left boot, but this time he's forcing it the other way. As I'm sure Croydon would much rather have it on that left boot after that corner attempt there that almost got in under the bar.
I must refresh my rules, but I thought it didn't really matter what side you have it on, but obviously it does.
The ref decides which side it goes to.
Okay.
As Cato swings this one in. He goes near post, and it's again cleared this time by Anthony Trimboli, and out for another corner. Can Croydon make this pressure count?
Third time lucky, hopefully, for them.
They go short this time. Styles back to Cato. Cato will swing this one in, but blocked by Baselli, who's worked hard defensively as well as attacking. He holds it up, and then he finds Abu Hussein on the far side in some space. He able to get inside and then plays a great ball to Trimboli. Trimboli onto his right, goes wide to Neon Kuru, but forces him wide. Too wide, and Margush is out of his box, and now he's crossed by Neon Kuru, but Owen is just happy to put a boot through that one, and FK Beograd couldn't quite make that one count.
Yeah, Trimbus is looking up in the air, a little bit disgusted with himself, not wanting to shoot, or a little bit heavy on that pass.
It was a little bit heavy on that pass as Alex Good makes way for Oscar Slattery for Croydon.
I think they'll stick to their 4-4-2, but obviously Cato play right side and Slattery play left. Impressive signs for Croydon in the last couple of minutes, but you just saw in that play there, Beograd don't need much. Baselli's holding of the ball up, playing in, I'm not too sure who played in, and then they played in Trimmers.
As Harrington crosses to Neon Kuru, but he can't bring it under control. Here's Santafanti with a shot, and that's going to hit a car in the car park. And it does so.
It does.
And you could hear that one from here.
Strategically parked, not so close tonight.
Yes, I parked as far as I could to the right as you look at the goals so that I wouldn't get hit by a ball, as one of our colleagues and commentator David Grant has done so before. Actually, funny enough, against FK Beograd last year.
It was
actually this game. It was FK Beograd versus Croydon at FK Beograd's ground, where his car was parked behind the commentary box. As Abu saying with the ball now, I'll continue that story in just a second. He crosses. Balmapour clears only as far as Neon Kuru. He goes wide to Atkinson. Atkinson up against Klimek and Cato. Cato wins out, and then Atkinson brings him down, and he's going to play the advantage. He may come back to book him. We'll see how we go. Here's Styles, able to get transition now forward into the half of FK Beograd. He goes wide. Here's Oscar Slater with his first touch on the ball. Up against Harrington. He goes wide. Looks to cross. Does so. Cleared by Toriani, though. Very well done in the end by FK Beograd. And Balmapour cleared and hit David Grant's car. And he said, that's my car. I'm going to have words with Balmapour. And then he met up with Balmapour after and realised the size of Balmapour and decided that they'd better not.
Yeah. Yep. He probably went to the Beograd club rooms and said, "You say something to Bol, no more."
Here's John with the volley, and he's put it wide. Great through ball there from Styles, and Passage John with a great run in behind, but he cannot direct that goal bound.
Yeah, so I had to stop there, but he said, "You have, if you want to pay out Mr. Balmapour, you know more Chavat rolls for you, Mr. Grant." And he goes, "Well, I'm going to be quiet now because these Chavat rolls are beautiful." Quite unfortunate. Who played that ball in? That was an excellent ball.
That was from Ned Styles. Beautiful ball through as Passage John made a great run behind.
Yeah.
And unfortunately just got his left boots up but could not direct it goal bound as Alexander Woodlands came out but didn't get there. And as it flashed past his post, he certainly would have had a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Here's Harrington on the ball for FK Beograd. Finds Baselli, who's able to turn and go forward. Goes wide to Atkinson. Atkinson up against Klimek again. This time he loses out and Klimek comes away with it. And Balmapour plays out to Nathan Owen. He almost gets past centre Fancy, but
I know defenders and goalkeepers specifically love donuts, and Costa does something at West LA that's quite funny, but I'll let him talk to you about that. But it's really important. Oh, there's an injury down. I'm not too sure. I think it's Toriani.
Toriani's gone down off the ball. I'm not sure if it's a knee or an ankle, but he's back up on his feet.
Yeah, someone just stepped on him accidentally, I think. Accidental.
As it was off the ball, we don't have footage of it. So we'll keep an eye on that. I think it might have been Passage John. I think he just said that Toriani's saying he's put a foot onto his foot, like just trod on his foot, but back underway here as we tick over the hour mark. Croydon currently losing 2-0 to FK Beograd thanks to goals from Jason Konstantopoulos in the 24th and 26th minute, who then came off at half-time, and Abu Hussein replaced him as Balmapour now has the ball for Croydon.
A little bit unlucky there. I do like the patience shown. The effective passing needs to be better. I actually would like the two centre-backs to be a little bit closer together. That's just me personally. And then your 2 and 5 playing a bit higher. But, sometimes you can have best laid plans of mice and men, but then everything needs to be followed by excellent passing. A little bit of poor passing can disturb a lot.
It certainly can, and why there's a quick break in play. Thomas Brinkworth just having a chat with Toriani and Passage John. We'll have another quick round the grounds thanks to One World LED and Sport Assistance for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions, scoreboard and time clock. And West Adelaide women's and the Apex Steel WNPL coming out 2-0 winners in that game. There's a crowd just getting behind Harrington here, giving a tough old time. And the HBG Home State League 1 update. Raiders currently 3, Adelaide Blue Eagles 2 after 62 minutes played.
Where's that being played, at Raiders?
Being played at Raiders ground.
Oh, the lights work.
At the Croatian Sports Centre. As that's flicked inside to Owen, from Owen, and Hussein's the first one on it for FK Beograd. Looks to playing Atkinson, but Polly's there and clears.
Just noticed the Belgrade Ultras.
And I do have a score result for the Northern Demons clash from today. They came away with a 2-2 draw with Salisbury Inter in Port Pirie.
That's a really difficult place to play.
Well, I never found it difficult to play there. Spent 2 years there. As Baselli in the corner crosses, they would dig one out and cleared by Muller, but only as far as
for the mere mortals, that is. Not the superhumans.
As Toriani has possession, he'll go all the way back to Woodlands, who will take a touch and clear to centre Fanti. Great turn there from centre Fanti.
Olé.
Looked like he was going to play it back to Toriani, but in the end he just turned on it beautifully and sent Nathan Owen for a hot dog. As Trimboli now plays in, Neon Kuru's got some space. He finds Baselli wide. Baselli up against Polly. He crosses. straight to Lucas Klimek, and he's able to effectively walk out of the back line with it.
Yeah, Baselli had that pass. The second he got that ball, he saw Trimmer's run. Unfortunately, there was an interception at the back. And Croydon cleared.
Here's Bulmer poor for Croydon. Wide to Polly, but he's overhit that. There's a ball between sort of Polly and Slattery. Slattery cut inside, so...
Do we have touch of the week? Because that was up there.
Certainly up there as Croydon look to go to the bench for the second time today, and it is going to be the sub I thought might happen. Luca Trimboli making way.
For his brother.
Oliver Trimboli coming on. That's only 2 subs for Croydon so far, and they've used 2 windows. So the next window, if they're going to make a change and bring on all their subs, it will have to be all 3.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas FK Beograd still have windows available to make substitutions.
Because they made it at half-time,
at half-time, but with their bench so young, Peter Palacis has been really the only young lad that they've been bringing on. More often than not in this instance. So
they have used one of their forward options.
They have.
To bring Obuhon.
As Oscar Slattery heads that one out, and Baselli's going to put that down and walk away from it and allow Harrington to make his way forward.
His injured colleagues are giving Baselli some grief on the side, and he's laughing at them.
As Atkinson hard into Polly, and he wins the free kick. As the FK supporters in front of us not happy about that one, and when I talk supporters, 2 of them are actually first-team players who are injured in Anthony Natsiopoulos and Mas Falco.
Yeah, Beric was there as well at some stage.
He was.
I think he's left. He said, I'm not parting this group.
As Margouche goes long and Toriani with a simple header finds Atkinson. He'll look to take Polly on. Goes line but cut out by Muller.
It's quite calm.
It's a very good game, young Muller, and this is why he's been brought in and able to hold his position. Here he is again on the ball.
As mentioned previously, patience is important. Stay patient. Choose your right pass. Don't burn it. When invention's required, be inventive.
Here's Bulmer poor. Goes to Muller. He goes in looking for Trimboli, but cleared by Centofanti, and Neon Kuru's able to run away with it and does so. He defends off Nathan Owen. Now he holds it up, waits for his options. He goes wide to Baselli. Baselli up against Muller. He's got Atkinson inside of him, but Muller holds him off and deals with that beautifully. As Baselli, I think, probably just starting to tire a little bit there as Passia John turns away from Neon Kuru and looks for the switch. Does well to find Cato out on that far side, and Orchard tracks inside and does well. Here is Baselli again.
It's becoming quite transitional.
It is now.
I think Baselli, instead of actually taking on his player, he had a boo that made a brilliant run back post.
As Trimboli crosses far post and Polly's there and clears.
And then John, when he had the ball at this point here, he tried to hit Cato on the wing, but he had about 4 options in the middle of the park that he should have probably played before that.
And that's one of those better options there, and he finds Nathan Owen. He goes wide. Cato crosses. Cut out by Cooper Nunn. That's high. Might bring rain. It went that high. As Abu Hussein gets underneath it. I don't mind. I'm under shelter.
Yeah.
As Cato picks it up again. Here is Ned Stiles. Been an ever-present in the side this season. Came in late last season and performed very well throughout the final series. Here's Polly able to cross and does so, but can't beat Harrington, and that's going to go out for a corner. Another one for Croydon.
They're defending very deeply. Basically, they're not playing anyone up top. They're all getting back. Everyone's defending in a low block, making it really, really hard for them. Let's see what creativity Croydon can create. Can they create something from this corner, this set piece?
As Cato goes across to take this one.
21 minutes to go, plus time on.
Cato goes near post, cleared by Atkinson. I'm not sure he knew about it. Cato goes again and goes far post this time, but that goes high over Woodland's bar.
I think there was a shot attempt there.
I think it was. We'll consider it a shot. Let's put it that way.
Hopefully the statistician at the ground will see that or hear us.
As I was saying earlier, there is one more game in round 9 of the RAA NPLSA, and that is a 7 o'clock kickoff tonight. So in 30 minutes. So stay tuned here, and then as soon as this game finishes, switch channels and watch the Adelaide City versus Campbelltown at Adelaide City Park in what is match of the month. As Trimboli finds own, cut out by Centefante, who's been an absolute monster in the middle of the park for FK Beograd. Goes wide. Here's Abu Hussein, who's switched flanks with Atkinson, and Bolmapore steps out and wins it, and as I said many times, breaks into that midfield and carries the ball through.
Just trying to play a little bit high, trying to create something for his team.
As Muller just takes his eye off the ball there and keeps it in, but just out of position, as they were in a good position to go forward. Now it's Bolmapore. As Croydon have now less than 20 minutes plus time added to get something out of this game. They need the next goal if they're going to get anything out of it. Centefante, Baselli. Bolmapore straight through the back and free kick as FK Beograd look to go to their bench for the second time tonight, as it looks like Atkinson's going to make way. And Trimboli. Looks like it could be a double change.
Oh, Trimmers is coming off, I think. I'm not too sure.
It is Trimmers coming off, so it is just the one. We'll just see how that changes things. As Trimboli is certainly an out-and-out striker, and is now, should I say, was a winger. And then last year, Adrian moved him centrally, and he completely changed his game. And
Lorenzo will go play it properly as a false 9 now.
So it certainly looks that way, that Baselli will step into that number 9 role. Just trying to confirm, it does look like number 24
Palacios
coming on, which is Peter Palacios. As I said earlier, is the most common substitution for FK Beograd, and here he is up against Bolmapore. He's certainly got some speed about him as that goes out over the line for a goal kick.
Does have, but it's no Abdullani.
I was waiting for that comment. As we saw last night, Abdullahi for Burkalo, he came on, and Theo said to me before the game, what does he bring? And I said, he brings pace, and then he came on, and the first run was lightning.
Yep, absolutely.
And Theo was like, well, yep, he certainly brings pace, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think Palacios is more of a sprinter. I think he's more of a box-to-box midfielder. But he does have a bit of toe, clearly there. Well done.
Croydon go all the way back to Margrish, and Margrish looks for his options. He goes long, looking for Passia John up against Cooper Nunn, who just gives Passia John a bit of a nudge and wins the header easily. Just uses all his experience there.
Yeah, look, it's a football collision. It's nothing untowards.
As Toriani just happy to put his boot through that, and Clinic's going to clean up and nod back to Margrish as Abu Hussein was behind him, sneakily trying to get in behind him.
Yeah.
As Margrish goes long again, this time looking for Slattery. He wins it. Passia John puts Toriani under pressure, and Toriani does well and wins the free kick.
Quite unlucky there, Passia John. I think it was a free, but yeah, hopefully the referee didn't have the right angle, but he did have the right angle. So I have refereed a couple of games in my time and spent most of my time in the middle circle.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be a ref, to be honest. I take my hat off to the referees.
Absolutely.
As it is a thankless job, what they do, and they do cop enough abuse from players and supporters, and they come out every week, and without them we wouldn't have this beautiful game we call football.
Well, a wise coach once said to me, they are human, so just understand they're human, just like you. They all make mistakes, so just relax.
Exactly right.
And you'll never change their decision, unlike yours.
I was just saying, that's the other thing as well. And Tom Brinkworth now getting plenty of experience here in the NPL, RAA NPLSA, and he's actually also been a 4th official in the A-League.
Yeah, it's excellent for South Australia once again.
It is great, and he's only a young lad from Port Adelaide. He was actually a former goalkeeper, young Tom Brinkworth.
Well, I did like him until you said Port Adelaide, but I'm not saying anything more than that.
I remember him as a young lad playing in goal for Port Adelaide, and eventually jumped across to refereeing, and he's now, like I said, being called up to the A-League, which is fantastic. It just shows you how many, not only players is SA producing, but we're also producing referees at that level.
That's what I was just about to say. It's fantastic to see the young girls, women, boys and men that are coming through in both playing and officials. So that's a great thing for our game.
This will be interesting to see as FK Beograd send their players out, but Baselli's just starting to struggle a little bit. I don't know if he took a knock or something, but he's just hobbling, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. As they've gone to more of a 4-4-2 now, with Palacios playing alongside Baselli up top, but Baselli's really starting to struggle, and like I said, the FK Beograd team have sent their substitutions out. Ned Stiles looks to switch and looks for Slattery in behind.
Not vigorously though.
Lets it bounce, and Harrington's there. Obviously Slattery looks to cross. He managed to dig one out, and Toriani, cool, calm and collected, plays to Centefante, who finds Baselli. Baselli able to bring the ball under control and then plays Neon Kuru in behind. Neon Kuru now. Man coming behind from Muller. Into the box, crosses, and it goes past Palacios. But he's forced wide, but he's able to keep it in. As Baselli does signal to the bench.
Yeah, his time is up,
He's done. Here's Centefante.
Hope it's not an injury, it's just a cramp or something like that. But
hopefully it's nothing serious, as he is a fantastic player to watch. As Harrington goes backwards, and FK Beograd just going to try and keep the ball for a minute. And here is Peter Palacios, able to run at the back line, goes wide. Sorry, that's Atkinson, finds Peter Palacios. He looks to shoot, does so, but Klinik's there to block. And now Croydon look to transition. Trimboli, the only one now on the park, and that's Oliver, as the other two have made way. As Baselli goes down and Nunn has the ball at the back. Centefante goes wide, but cut out by Cato, who crosses inside. And Harrington cleans up for FK Beograd. All a little bit scrappy at the moment, as Harrington decides to go for a run and finds Abu Hussein. He's guarded by Bomapur and wins the free kick in the end. And it will allow Baselli now to get some treatment, as I think that is his night done. So it'll be interesting to see who FK Beograd now.
They're not ready. They're not ready to make the sub yet, but they'll get the trainer on and see what the trainer says. And the trainer will say, "Are you right, Baselli?" And Baselli will say, "I need a latte. Better sooner than latte."
As he does look to be in a little bit of discomfort. And Lorenzo Baselli is the FK Beograd leading goal scorer. Well, he was actually, with Constantopoulos 2 goals tonight, pushed him on 4, and Baselli on 4. Luca Trimboli, the leading goal scorer for Croydon, along with Oliver Trimboli and Passia John and Yuya Kato, all on 3.
Wow, yeah. You were seeing some interesting stats yesterday about Playford, about their midfielders scoring a ton of goals.
Yes.
And probably shows why they're at such a high position, because their midfielders do score. And, you know, as long as someone is scoring, that's the most important thing. But if your midfielders are scoring, it's even better.
It certainly is. As long as your striker's scoring at the same time.
Yeah, and your defenders aren't scoring on goals. And a couple of subs.
As they are just waiting to see Baselli, how he comes about after the trainer.
He's not coming back on.
Just coming to this near side.
I think it's ankle.
As Toriani just hands Baselli something, and he's like, "What are you giving me?" So keep an eye on that. But I think that's him. I think that's his night done, as they're just trying to find out from the trainer.
I actually think someone ordered some food for Toriani, and he just gave him the buzzer as he's coming off. Ooh, looks like a mouth guard.
Just come off. We'll keep an eye on it, see what happens here. As FK Beograd just down to 10 men for a minute. He's waved away. He said, "No, he's done." And that's Baselli's night is now done. Now FK Beograd are going to have to go to their bench.
He was actually touching his gastrocnemius, his calf muscle. So, not sure if it's cramp.
As Cooper Nunn gets there first, it doesn't look like cramp.
No.
So we'll keep an eye on that. Here's Toriani. He looks to switch it and find Abu Hussein, who does well to keep that in, but he gives it away to Yuya Kato.
He's indicating maybe in a movement when he was sprinting off, maybe he did it then. So
looks like they're going to bring on Zach Kosic at a guess from this distance without seeing a number, just going by appearance.
Yep. I did actually catch up with John. He did chat to me about his the young players, the assistant coach of Belgrade. He talked to me about these young boys that are coming through the club. They're very raw, but they're very good. Just keep your eye on them in the future, he said.
Zach Kosic had a fantastic year in the reserves for FK Beograd. He took home all the awards.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see how they set up now.
I think Kosic has gone into play as a number 9 role. Or he could be it'd be interesting to see where he finishes up.
As Balmapur up against Palacios, and he wins the free kick, so FK Beograd now certainly slow the game down at every opportunity. And they've sort of dropped Palacios a little bit deeper and brought Kosic on in that number 9 role.
Yeah, you probably would think now, your shape would turn into a 4-5-1 or a 4-6-0.
As Orchard looks for him, and he's going to put Muller under pressure, and he's going to get there and clashes into Margouche, but Brinkworth calls a free kick on Kosic for the foul on Muller. But certainly a bit of presence about him.
He had the smarts to finish the ball too.
He certainly did. 10 minutes to go, it doesn't count, but Croydon now certainly need to apply some more pressure to get something out of this game. Raise the intensity, a bit of urgency now needed.
Yeah, they're playing a 4-4-2 with Diamond.
Here is Ned Stiles. Picked the ball up a lot for Croydon. He goes inside to find Slattery. He then in turn goes wide to Polly. Polly able to cross and does so, but Woodlands is going to take that one comfortably. And he's going to slow things down again.
Must be quite uncomfortable as a goalkeeper to see the ball on the wing and then it comes high and you think, is this going to go over my head? But if your positioning is correct.
That's it, exactly. As Kosic does well to get there first and just apply pressure.
Mapur with the ball here. Just assessing his options. Whether he goes short, whether he drives. Goes and plays out to Captain Klimek. He tried to play to bounce the defensive midfielder and go straight out to Kato. Unfortunately, the pass was ill-directed and now picked up by Orchard.
Woodlands goes long. Balmapur there again, and he's given it away to Neil Kuru. Goes back to Harrington, who's covering in at right back while Falco's out injured. Passage, John picks that up. He goes wide to Slattery. Slattery looks to cross. He does so. Onto Owen, but he can't get there. Trimboli with the shot and eventually goes wide off a deflection off Orchard. Good play there from Croydon.
20 lashes for Mr. Trimboli from Dad tonight because he didn't hit the back of the net with his one shot.
Came to him and he was unable to get that goal bound. But again, FK Beograd defending deep and not giving away too much at this stage as Polly goes across to whip this one in with his left. He goes far post all the way. It's Klimek able to hook it back, and that's over the bar from Klimek. Asking a lot of him there, but...
Yeah, I had the privilege of coaching Ollie, and by golly gosh, he could score some goals in and out the box, much like his dad. And he's slowly developed his game.
Making his own mark. Out of the shadow of his...
And his father...
of his dad, yes.
His father always talks about the boys need to stand on their own 2 feet. And they clearly have. Lucas won an NPL title last year. And hopefully Ollie can win one. Then they can pass on their legacy to their children.
Atkinson here for FK Beograd. Keeps the ball and goes backwards to Harrington. Harrington inside to Semperfanti, who's got some time.
They're very different players, the brothers. surprisingly, even though they do play the same position.
Toriani goes long looking for Nyankuru, and Muller's across and gets there first in front of him. Nyankuru, though, one never to give up, and eventually knocks that ball out for a throw-in on the near side.
Although he hasn't been perfect, I have been impressed with him. He's shown a bit of poise. He's quite young. He's dealt with it when required.
Toriani looks to find centre Fanti and does so. Harrington lifts his head at the wrong time. Ball goes out. Styles looks to release Passage on quickly, but Toriani's there to clean up and goes back to Woodlands. Woodlands puts his foot through that one and goes high, looking for Kosic. But again, Muller dealt with that one very well as Abu comes inside to put Klimek under pressure. Here's Balmapur.
The typical case of spent it before he got it.
That's exactly right, as Toriani can't keep that one in. As we approach only 4 minutes of this game remaining, and Croydon certainly needs something.
Yeah, unfortunately, the game last night, I should say, had an early goal by Burks, and then the game was quite eager, transitional. Unfortunately, Croydon have not had the opportunities and have not taken it.
As Atkinson just smashes that into Polly, and that's going to go out for a goal kick. As we still have time to have a finish like last night.
Absolutely.
We did see 2 goals in stoppage time last night, an absolute worldie from Isaac Mullen and a penalty, cool as you like, from Alan Welsh.
Yeah, lots of goals of the week contenders last night.
It certainly was.
And let's hope Mr. Grant with these 7 goals in Barossa.
As that goes long, and Atkinson does well to keep that one in, and Muller clears. Here's Peter Palacis. He looks to release Hussein. Forced a little bit wider than what he would have liked. However, he's up against Balmapur. Onto his right. Back heel cut out by Balmapur. Now he's into the box and then cleared or ushered out by Klimek. But stays in. Here's Nyankuru. And it's free kick called by Tom Brinkworth as the shot comes in, and Margush yet again makes the save. As there is an update thanks to One World LED and Sportal systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. In the HPG Home State League 1, Raiders 3, Adelaide Blue Eagles 4.
Wowzers.
With only a few minutes left of that match.
How many did Dante scored?
Don't have the name, don't have the goal scorers at this stage. No, we don't have the goal scorers for that game. That game is still only a few minutes to go, like this one here, as we approach time added. And like I said, after this game, flick stations and head over to the Adelaide City Campbelltown game, which is, like I said, match of the month. Replays and multiple cameras as a push in the back on Atkinson from Polly, and FK Beograd win this free kick right in front of us here as FK Beograd go to the bench one last time.
The big east side Italian derby.
Just working out who I think making way. It looks like Atkinson's going to make way.
Not too sure. I can't see his number as yet.
I'd say that's Jordan Lean coming on.
It's a very typical Serbian name, Lean.
Very synonymous name in football here in SA.
Staying patient once again, picking their way out. Excellent transition. Now they're just staying patient now. They're just toying with the opposition. Not allowing Croydon to actually get any flow, any chance. I think extremely well coached. Not that George has been out coached, but I just think the effectiveness of Beograd going forward, and Constant 2 goals in 2 minutes has created 2 moments to to give them the deserved lead, and they've been like that all night, and Croydon have really not broken them down.
No, they certainly haven't. The centre-back pairing of Nunn and Toriani has stood up to everything that Croydon have been able to throw at them at this stage, as Orchard there wins that one. And when I say the back two, I mean the whole back four has been outstanding for FK Beograd, as I was saying, goes to take on Bolmapore, tucks inside, and Bolmapore comes through and wins that one in the end. Here's Neon Kuru. He's happy to go back, keep the ball. Here's Orchard inside to Centofanti. And you're going to have to give me a 3-2-1s as well, Theo, as Woodlands goes long looking for Kosic. He holds that up well against Bolmapore and turns. Here's Palacios, goes inside to Neon Kuru. He's happy to go back to Centofanti and keep the ball moving, because while FK Beograd have the ball, Croydon aren't going to be able to score as we tick into time added here at Regency Park in the RAA NPLSA round 9 clash between Croydon and FK Beograd, as Woodlands goes long and Bolmapore will take a touch. Beautifully brought down there as Neon Kuru puts Styles under pressure. Polly goes long looking for Passy John in behind, and he goes down under the pressure from Toriani, and that's going to go all the way through to Woodlands, and he will certainly take his time.
And I'm feverishly trying to work out this 3-2-1, so bear with me while I'm only a mere male. I can only do one thing at a time. Yeah, absolutely.
As Owen has the ball under pressure from Lean and gives away the free kick. I believe this is Lean's first involvement this season. He's been on the bench plenty of times this season, but not actually getting much game time, as Trimboli wins the flick. Only as far as Harrington, he clears. Here's Styles. Looks to go inside, finds space. Passy John looked to shoot, but closed down quickly. Goes wide now.
Wouldn't think there'd be too much extended time today. About 3 minutes, I reckon.
As Passy John makes his way into the box, and Neon Kuru is there to clean up, and Neon Kuru then will look to clear and does so, but only as far as Owen. No free kick there from Kosic.
Yeah, so big game coming up in the next 10 minutes at 7 o'clock. Or is it 7:30?
7 o'clock kickoff.
7 o'clock.
So as soon as this game finishes, head over to that game and you'll see the pre-game show leading into that big Adelaide City Campbelltown game. And as I was saying earlier, Jordan Lean coming on. He has been involved in 4 games. He's not started yet, but he has come on. As good challenge there between 2 players there, and a full Kindsley for Polly. Polly out to Oscar Slattery. Up against Harrington, cuts inside, goes inside and finds Maport, goes through to John. John shoots, saved by Woodlands, pushes it wide.
Sign of a good goalkeeper, isn't that? Not to do much, and when required, does the job.
He's there, and he does well to push it away and out of danger, and gets Cato over to take this corner on the far side as we move into the 3rd minute of time added. Can't be too much longer left as Cato swings this one and goes near post. Klimek gets there, but can't direct it goal bound, and Neon Kuru clears a bit further, but Styles.
And I hope the referee does blow for full time soon, because the natives...
They're playing on as that player goes down. Here's Trimboli, hits it with the left, and it's hit the post and off of Woodlands and out wide. Here's Slattery. Passy John hits it, and that's blocked by Toriani as a player. Palacios still down on the far side, and they're complaining that there was a challenge from Ned Styles.
Yeah, the box did get up. I did not see... Yeah, I would say it's a football collision, but not too sure. Could be a bit late there, a fraction late.
Just trying to have a look at the replay as Styles slid in and got to the ball first.
Let's talk about that strike by Trimmers as well. Beats the goalkeeper, comes back, hits the goalkeeper and goes back out.
It does, hits that post, and Woodlands in his effort gets back in the way of the ball on the rebound, but it does go wide. Like I said, I think in that challenge, Styles, he gets to the ball first. He does have a high boot, but he does get there first, and I think it was Palacios went over him, and Brinkworth was happy for it to continue, as here is Styles with the ball, and we move into 94 minutes played. Can't be too much time left. Owen goes line, cleared by Nunn. Cato wins out, looks to cross, manages to keep it, and eventually crosses, and it's out for another corner. As Brinkworth looks at his watch.
Surely the last play.
You would think so, as we tick over, like I said, 95 minutes in this RAA NPLSA clash. And tune in to the Adelaide City Campbelltown as soon as this game finishes. As Cato swings this one in, cleared by Toriani. Great defensive header there, owned, brings it under control. Closed down quickly by Palacios and Neonkuru. Neonkuru with an engine that just does not stop running, that young man.
I was waiting for the referee to blow the whistle at this current moment, but
I thought so as well. As Klimek, he's going to take the long throw on the far side. He's going to launch this one into the box.
He's in a delap.
Goes long. Bowl can't quite win the header, and Palacios eventually clears for another throw in. This time there will be another long throw from Klimek. Again, he'll look for the head of Bolmapour or Oliver Trimboli. Goes long. Bolmapour's there, wins the flick, falls to Cato. Cato hits a volley straight at Woodlands, and Woodlands straight into the breadbasket.
Well, they've had at least 4 or 5 shots on target this half. I think there has been at least 4, so vast improvement in the second half.
But unable to beat Woodlands as that ball goes long and Muller goes all the way back to Margouche. Margouche goes back to Muller. But yes, Croydon certainly more efforts this half than the first. As Toriani outleaps Passy John, that's going to go all the way through. Trimboli gets there first. But Harrington does well and covers.
He tracked that. He saw that Passy John might win that, and he backed himself. Got into it quite unlucky. Got it over the goalkeeper.
Woodlands did everything in his powers to not bring him down. And
no. How much time extra have we had?
And that is, speaking of time here at Regency Park, FK Beograd 2-0 over the home side Croydon with goals from Jason Konstantopoulos in the 24th and 26th minute. Theo, your roundup in the 3-2-1s. What do you got for me?
I think it was all Beograd in the first half, deserved leaders. Second half started off quite slow. Croydon did eventually start creating opportunities, but I think the game was dusted. Very well coached by Beograd coach today at Deloa. 3-2-1. Well, Centofani, I think,
was outstanding in midfield.
You know, I do have my midfielder hat when I say that. He only played a half, but I thought Constad was brilliant. Well, the one I wrote Toriani, Nunn. Who else did I write? I wrote Margouche. At least, he did quite well, and even Baselli. So you try to pick the one vote. I won't get any of those rights.
You could throw a blanket over a number of players there, as the stats don't show they've got the full-time stats, but they're not correct, as they had still 0 goals for Croydon, 0 shots on goal for Croydon. But as you saw that second half, it was not the case at all. As we have a quick look at those results, Bacala played for 3-3, Adelaide Comets 2-1 over Sturt, Parry Hill's drawing with West Adelaide 1 apiece, Adelaide United losing 6-1 to Metro Stars, and here at Regency, Croydon losing 2-0 to FK Beograd. The only other game remaining, Adelaide City against Campbelltown. That's all from me. Theo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me once again, and once again, thanks to the little co-com at the back playing with his switch. Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. Flip over to Adelaide City versus Campbelltown, and we'll see you on the next one.